Yeah, hello all. Welcome to Henry's Barca Watch, where we're gonna check all the updates of what's been happening with Barcelona. All right, we're gonna start with this news. Even though I'm trying not to stay long on Julian Alvarez story, I'm already tired of the saga of this. Okay, yeah, let's go with this story. It says this was 1 hour ago. Gilmarin has denied Julian Alvarez camp request for a meeting. His stance remains the same. Julian is not for sale. All right. If you see the inner story there, it said Julian Alvarez camp have called for an urgent meeting with Gilmartin, and Gilmartin has denied their request for a meeting. Julian is not for sale. I think it's about time we just understand. We can't keep risking this that at the end of August we don't have a striker. You can't keep risking this. You know what? Before I go on, I would like you to like, share, subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna try and be doing at least one video a day to keep us to update before the season starts. So I'm gonna be doing a video a day. More content on the channel is coming apart from Barcelona. So let's go into this. Let's discuss about this. So the CEO of Atletico says their stance remains the same. Julian is not for sale. Not only is he not for sale, let's try and understand. He has an outstanding contract and a long contract with Atletico. Unless Atletico decide to budge, he ain't going anywhere. So as of this time, I'm going to suggest to my wonderful club, FC Barcelona, that we start. Not that we start, we're already behind. We get alternative. There's Victor Osimhen there. There are many people we could go to. We are already far behind. Let's forget about this Julian Alvarez. When he started complaining he wants to move, oh, I'm going to ask for a transfer request, which has not been confirmed that he put in for transfer request. That should have been 2 months ago. The point that would encourage us to wait to get Julian Alvarez. The point that we need him to be will be 2 months ago. Not very close to the end of the off season. No way. So I think for me, as a Barcelona fan, I think it's time we move away from this Julian Alvarez issue. He's a player for Atletico Madrid. He's under a long contract. It's not like he has 1 year contract left. No, he's under a long contract. We should forget about this right now. I understand his anger too that they promised him in February that they will not stand in his way when he decides to leave. But you got to understand two things there. They wouldn't stand in his way when he decides to leave. Okay, let's say they agree to that. There's no problem with that. But it's a different thing when he decides to leave from Atletico to Barcelona. No top team will ever make their rivals to be strong, even though we're not their rival in quotes. They have a bigger rival in Real Madrid, but we are still rivals. So you don't understand. You don't. You shouldn't expect him. You should expect Atletico to decide. Oh no, let him go to Barcelona. So it's a two way you gotta look at it. I'm the kind of person I never look at something only from my side. In this case, Barcelona. I won't look at it only from Barcelona's side. I won't look at it only from Barcelona's side. I will look at it from all sides. Okay, so in the case of Barcelona, we have made the request. We have put in a bid. And we all know the story behind them, not even acknowledging there was a bid. But their stance has always been Julian is not for sale, just like we said. Their stance is not for sale. It might have been for sale in February when he got a promise from them that they will not stand in his way if he wants to leave. If a transfer request come, if a bid do come. But this stance is gonna be forever if it's going to your rival like Barcelona. So we need to understand from their own part, from Atletico Madrid side, there are three sides you got to look at. Look at Julian's side. He got a promise from them that he was going to leave and they will not stand in his way. But that's not the same thing that he was going to leave to Barcelona. So that's how you got to look at it from Atletico Madrid. Okay? And our side, we knew we need a player like Alvarez. We need a player like Julian because of the way normally some strikers are box strikers. He's not box striker. He's somebody that can start coming from the midfield, which helps the attack. So that fits our style a lot. Like I said, it's not something I think we should still be waiting for. We should start making alternative. All right. Let's look at this story. Right, just like I said, this was 34 minutes. It said Julian Alvarez entourage have denied report from Atletico Madrid sources claiming he told teammate he made a mistake and regretted how he handled the situation. His camp insists no apology has been made to anyone. Alvarez still wants to leave Atletico. He still wants to leave Atletico. That's fine, but it's not for him. He doesn't have the say. He's under contract. Okay, and I think it's time for us to move on. All right, let's see other stories of Barcelona. Of course, we know Ferran Torres is a done job going to PSG. Uh, I want to say I've seen a lot of reports, and I've heard a lot of report as well how disrespectful Ferran Torres has been to us. Uh, I, I think to me it's better he leaves. When a player of his status who doesn't even reason, I don't think we all know he's not going to get a playing time. The playing time he's looking for, it's not going to get any PSG. So it's moving from one bench to another bench. We all know that. Okay. But he scored the goal in the World Cup final, and all of a sudden he thinks it's Lionel Messi. He has been so disrespectful going on tour, just very disrespectful. So uh, I think it was best for him to go. It was just best for him to go. Okay, let's read the story. This is breaking. Ferran Torres to Paris Saint-Germain. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano. It's a deal confirmed for World Cup final Europe as Barca receive a fee worth 50 million euro from PSG. Ferran only wanted Paris and the agreement has been sealed after being at the final stage for several days. All done. Good riddance. Good riddance. I know a lot of people will say, oh, come on, be respectful. I ain't gonna be respectful to somebody who is not respectful to who has been paying his salary for years. No, I ain't gonna do that. It was never good enough. It was somebody, he's a bench player. It was never good enough to be a starter for a serious club. And Barcelona is the best club in the world. So there's no way he could be a starter. Okay, then look at the situation. Lewandowski leaves. This is opportunity for you to have more playing time. Not to be the starter, but to have more playing time. What does he do? He wants to leave. You know what that means? There's no loyalty. You ain't gonna keep a player that has no loyalty. No, we ain't gonna do that. We are Barcelona. Okay? We are Barcelona. It's a all deal that has been done, and here we go. So that's why I said good riddance. We're talking about a player who played, who got minutes in every match for 2 months and not one goal. For every match for 2 months, not one goal. And then when he scored, the next thing he's doing is to telling the fans to keep quiet. He's been known to have been doing this in all his career, even when he was in Valencia. Talking to the fans to be quiet. The number one job is to score. For 2 months, you did not do your number one job. And then when you score, you telling the fans to be quiet, to stop complaining. No, really, he needs to go. So that's why I say it was a good riddance. All right, let's go to the next story. These two are breaking. Rodri to Barcelona. Here we go. Official bid has been accepted by Manchester City, but 65 million fixed fee plus 10 million adds on to bring final package to 75 million. That is per Manchester City. Rodri set to be in Barcelona next week for medical and contract signing. That is one good news. That is one good news. That is one good news. I am glad. I am happy for that. That is really one good news. That is one good news. Oh man. Like I said, I've said it the past 2 weeks, I've been saying it. We actually technically don't need Rodri. We have so much talent in the midfield. What we needed to work was the central defense and a striker. We have so many talent. But getting a World Cup winner like Rodri, a Ballon d'Or winner in our midfield is so good. My number one reason, I've said it several times, please listen. My number one reason is that you have denied Real Madrid of getting the exact person they need in their midfield. The exact person they need to compete was Rodri. So getting Rodri was excellent. It was excellent. We denied them of getting the player that they need. Okay, that's number one. And number two reason why I support getting Rodri was it's gonna make us give Pedri chance to rest. So you'll be able to rest Pedri. Either you rest Pedri or you rest Rodri. Of course, a very important man like the Air Clasico, you can bring both of them in. Okay? So this is a very good deal. Rodri said to be in Barcelona next week for medical and contract signing. Wow, that's a good news. That is a good news. That is a good news. Please put in your comments. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about it. All right. Say, here we go, Rodri. I am so happy. Welcome, Rodri. Welcome to Barcelona. Welcome to the best club in Spain. Welcome to the best club in the world. On behalf of Barcelona fans, I am welcoming you. I am welcoming you. This is so good. Yeah, imagine what we can do with Rodri. Imagine, in fact, the central defense now is going to be so much easy for Kubasi and whoever we pair him with. Because a Rodri, just like we saw in the Spanish national team in the World Cup, a Rodri, and guess what? A lot of people have been saying, oh, because of his injury history, the best of Rodri is not what 100% of Rodri will have been excellent. Guess what? As good as Barcelona is, we only need a little above 50% of Rodri. So if Rodri is coming in with a form of 75% of what he's capable of, we're good. We are good. We are good. I say it again, we are good. Okay? All we have to do right now will be to get a good striker. Just with as good as we are, we only need a little above 50% striker. No, no, we don't actually need a world class striker. It would be ideal to get a world class striker. But right now, the way we are set up, any striker we do. Any striker we do. So this is a very good news. It makes us, because this has been, I think this deal, this transfer is what has been making us, Deco, Laporta, is what have been making them not to put effort that is required for the central defense and what? The striker. So once we get this out of the way, we can now focus on the alternative to Julian. Let's forget about Julian. Julian, to me, I'm not going to talk about Julian until I'm sure he's done. Let's forget about Julian. All right. Let's go. Let's go. I think I saw one more story. Uh, yeah, this is the other story. The last story we're going to take. Say exclusive. Barcelona is considered sporting striker Luis Suarez among options if Julian Alvarez deal doesn't happen. Yeah, exactly. This is a good option. We should forget about Julian. He's a not easy as key player for Sporting, but part of Barca shortlist. Barca will only consider Suarez and more option from next week if Julian deal is still off. We should better start doing this. We should better start doing this right now. Let's forget about Julian. Let's forget about Julian. Luis Suarez from Sporting. I know it's a similar name with the great Luis Suarez, that the MSN that we had many years ago that deliver. But this is a good option right now that I think we should start considering. Should work towards it. Okay? Yeah, so this is the major news right now in Barcelona. And let me just recap. We talk about Ferran Torres, he's gone. It's a done deal. And Rodri is now, here we go. which is a done deal. Man City have accepted the third offer because they rejected the second one. They have accepted the third one. Julian Alvarez, Luis Suarez is the next one we are targeting as an option if by the end of this week, which is a week is over for me, today is Friday. By the end of the week, there's nothing coming out from Julian. We start working towards the other. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said before, it's gonna be at least a video every day on Barcelona. I will try and do at least a video every day. All right. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. All right. Bye.